I tell parents all the time, if you're not talking to your kids, someone else is.
The 7-9, tell us about that.
7-9. The 7-9 rule, we had a conversation, my partner and I, Carvin Hagens, we challenged the FCC about music that's played on the radio, the excessive language and content. And the FCC has rules in place for bleeping out the word. At one point, they used to have a radio version. That's non-existent anymore. So what happens are, albums come out that are marked explicit. The content is played, but the content is worse than the words. So we are petitioning for a policy change to not only bleep the content, the word, but also the content from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., which are the crucial times that youth have access to it.
With the premise that this content is...
It's too much. It's too much. Music is a blind man's porn. If you're not going to allow your child to sit down and watch full-on pornography, they shouldn't be allowed to listen to half of the things that's on the radio right now. Because you can forget what you see faster than you can forget what you take into you and starts to take root.
Yeah, see, this is really interesting in our age of the First Amendment, right?
Right.
But then when it comes to kids and some of the songs and the hate, or what I found interesting is the language about women.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what's happening to women in some of these songs, and just thinking about
Right.
just a culture of normalizing.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You said it right. When I'm dealing with a 14-year-old girls that think it's okay for someone to hit me because that's a validation of love because of a song or video I heard, that's a problem. And I don't think that people take it seriously enough to realize the effect of
what
what
do you
they're
say
hearing.
to people that say First Amendment, and they lay it over this same thing?
It has nothing to do with the First Amendment because FCC already has stipulations. We are only saying we're asking for 7 to 9 content.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you're going through what channel? Are you going to make this a law?
We're going through Congress. We've spoken to quite a few different congressional lawmakers, and they're on board. They're on board as of now. We've actually even have old school rap artists that have jumped on and said, yeah, the junk that's being played right now is just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So it's almost an attack on civility.
It's, it's when we think about our communities and the crime, the degradation of women, the constant abuse of authority, and you have the music perpetuating that behavior too, that's a problem.